Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and welcome back to Black American Lineage. Thank you for your support. Thank you for going on this journey through our past and our present. And I'm going to talk about a subject that we don't talk about much because such a great indoctrination job was done on us that it has only surfaced in recent years. And that is the historic attack on Black women's beauty in America. And it has been intentional. And it has been ongoing since the first slave ship. Black women's beauty in America has been under attack. And Black women didn't know. I mean, many of us grew up not really thinking that we were all that attractive because that wasn't, that was the indoctrination. White women are beautiful, blonde haired white women with blue eyes and thin lips. It took us a long time, at least it took many of us a long time to realize that's not beautiful. And then we came to understand that they're trying to get fuller lips, they're trying to get darker skin, and now they're getting BBLs, trying to get the shape of a Black woman. So it has been a long journey that we've been on to come into our own as women, to accept how we look and to realize that, yeah, and other people want to look like us, they just don't want to admit it. But I want to give some historical context to that. And then I'm going to give you a modern day version of how the Black woman's beauty has triggered other people. And this comes from the Smithsonian Archives. Historical evidence suggests that many white women during slavery expressed jealousy or insecurity about Black women's beauty. This tension was shaped by racialized beauty standards, laws, and stereotypes that sought to suppress or control Black women's attractiveness. So now we get to the bottom of it, which is surprising that they were jealous or insecure around Black women because of their beauty. Now, we're talking about enslaved women. So the beauty was illuminating like it is now. Now, the historical context to this is that in African societies, hair, fashion, and adornment were central to identity and status. Enslaved women carried these traditions into the Americas, often maintaining hairstyles and styles that reflected pride and cultural heritage. Now, see, that's what they had a problem with, the women having pride. So they went to work to define beauty as pale skin, straight hair, and delicate features. Black women's natural features, dark skin, textured hair, curvier bodies, were often seen as threatening to these norms because Black women were the opposite of what they were trying to call beautiful. In 18th century Louisiana, the Tignon laws required Black women to cover their hair with scarves. These laws were partly enacted because white women complained that Black women's elaborate hairstyles and beauty attracted too much attention from white men. So it always comes back down to me. Now, that explained to us why when Black men get involved with white women in these modern days, in fact, in many of the relationships, and I won't say all, Black men have to denounce Black women. In fact, that's what brought all this red pill and this manosphere stuff, these Black men weaponizing white women against Black women by demeaning and degrading Black women. So this goes way back. During the slavery days, white women often feared that their husbands or male relatives were sexually attracted to enslaved Black women. Their fear fueled resentment and sometimes cruelty toward enslaved women. The Jezebel stereotype painted Black women as hypersexual and promiscuous. This imagery both excused sexual violence by white men and reinforced white women's claim of moral superiority. Practices like shaving enslaved women's heads or forcing plain clothes were deliberate attempts to strip away their beauty and self-expression. My goodness. White women's jealousy of Black women's beauty during slavery was not just personal, it was institutionalized. Laws, stereotypes, and cultural norms worked to suppress Black women's attractiveness because it disputed the racial and gender hierarchies of the time. Yet, despite these efforts, Black women persevered and celebrated their beauty, laying the foundation for later movements of Black pride and resistance. Okay, so you couldn't suppress it. Some things you just can't suppress. And how somebody looks is one of those things. Now, for a modern day example of an undisputedly beautiful Black woman is Kayla Nicole. Kayla Nicole is an actress, a model, an influencer. She's a beautiful Black woman. At one point, she was dating a successful professional athlete, white one, named Travis Kelce. They went together for several years and then they broke up. Travis Kelce is now engaged to the superstar white singer Taylor Swift. Now, ever since Taylor Swift has been dating Travis Kelce and they're engaged now, her fans, calling themselves Swifties, have been harassing this woman, Kayla Nicole. Taylor Swift recently released an album in which she has a song on there that everybody says she is referencing Kayla Nicole, saying something up to the effect that she's not a bad bee. That's what Taylor Swift is saying. She's not a savage. Megan the Stallion has a song out called Savage, and it is reported that Travis Kelce also tried to date Megan, but she wasn't interested. So Taylor Swift now is making songs about Black women, acknowledging that she's not as beautiful as they are. And her fans have gotten upset about it because they say, she's focusing too much on these Black women when she ought to be, I guess they feel like she ought to be expressing her beauty as a superior white woman, but she knows that's not who she is, and the times are different now. These Black women are standing boldly in their beauty, and they can compete with anybody of any race. And everybody knows that now, and that is why Black women are going around calling themselves the blueprint. The blueprint, because Black women are not hiding their beauty anymore and Black women are not intimidated by other women's beauty. But the historical attack on Black women's beauty is real. And I don't think, well, I will acknowledge that I didn't realize this. I didn't realize laws had been passed because white women were jealous and wanted Black women's beauty to be suppressed. I did not know that. So this is news to me. But we're in better days now, and Black women are living their truth and enjoying their beauty, and we love to see it. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video, and have a good day.